Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and we are back with more Know Your Members of Congress for the 119th Congress. Before we get into the video, I do want to go ahead and remind you I've got two ways to donate to the channel. If you are so inclined, I have a Patreon account, which is a monthly, month-to-month donation system of a set amount. Of a choice of set amounts. I also have a coffee account, which can do much the same thing, but it also allows you to make single one-time lower amount payments if you so donations if you so wish. Do not donate if you are in financial struggles, or donating will put you in financial struggles. Things are tough enough as they are out there with the idiots in charge. If you can afford to and you want to, thank you. I really do appreciate it. It's me, myself, and I that just do these videos, so yeah. Right now, I'm not getting any funding from YouTube, so. And I will not do commercials. That's one thing I've kind of promised myself I will not do. I don't want to lower myself to that level. But because I want to understand that I've got certain standards. So, anyway, with that said, let's jump into the video. Today, we are looking at Representative Henry C. Hank Johnson Jr. He is the representative for the 4th District of Georgia, which is just a weirdly shaped district to the east of the city of Atlanta. He is a Democrat, and before he took office, he was preceded in office by Cynthia McKinney. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at who Hank Johnson is as an individual. He was born in Washington, D.C. on October the 2nd, 1954. Earned a Bachelor of Arts from Clark College, now known as Clark Atlanta University in Atlanta, Georgia, in 1976. Earned a JD from the Thurgood Marshall School of Law, Texas Southern University in Houston, Texas in 1979. Was a private practice lawyer. Member of the DeKalb County, Georgia Board of Commissioners 2001 to 2006. Associate Judge for the DeKalb County, Georgia Magistrate Court 1989 to 2001. Before being elected as a Democrat to the 110th and 9 following Congresses. So he is in term 10. Now, let's go ahead and look at the committees he is on. He is on the Committee on the Judiciary, of which he's on the Subcommittee on Courts, Intellectual Property, Artificial Intelligence, and the Internet, the Subcommittee on Oversight, and the Subcommittee on the Administrative State, Regulatory Reform, and Antitrust. He's on the Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure, of which he's on the Subcommittee on Aviation, the Subcommittee on Highways and Transit, and the Subcommittee on Railroads, Pipelines, and Hazardous Materials. Now, let's go ahead and look at his top 5 individual donors and contributors over the last election cycle. At the top, number 1, we have Cox Enterprises. and they are an American privately held global conglomerate headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia, in the U.S., with approximately 55,000 employees and $21 billion in total revenue. Its major operating subsidiaries are Cox Media Group, Cox Communications, and Cox Automotive. The company's major national brands include Auto Trader, Kelley Blue Book, Mannheim Auctions, and more. Through Cox Automotive, the company's international operations stretch across Asia, Australia, Europe, and Latin America. Cox Enterprises is currently led by Alexander C. Taylor, a fourth-generation Cox family member and great-grandson of founder James M. Cox, whose grandson James C. Kennedy and other members of the Cox family are on the company's board of directors. On March the 2nd, 2020, the sale of Cox Media Group's Ohio newspapers was finalized back to Cox Enterprises and subsequently formed Cox First Media. This move was to ensure that the publications would remain daily newspapers serving the Southwest Ohio region. The group was founded in 1898 and founded in Dayton, Ohio. Altogether, they have donated $10,090, and once again, that's Cox Enterprises. Next, at number 2, we have Delta Airlines, and they are a major airline in the United States, headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia, operating 9 hubs, with Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport being its largest in terms of total passengers and number of departures, with its regional subsidiaries and contractors operating under the brand name Delta Connection. Delta has over 5,400 flights daily and serves 325 destinations in 52 countries on 6 continents. It is a founding member of the SkyTeam Airline Alliance and is the second oldest operating commercial airline in the U.S. It ranks first in revenue and brand value among the world's largest airlines and second by number of passengers carried and passenger miles flown. It was founded on March 23rd, 1925. They were founded on March 2nd, 1925. Altogether, they have donated $10,080, and once again, that's Delta Airlines. Next, at number 3, we have Machinist Aerospace Workers Union, and their full name is the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers. It is an AFL-CIO CLC trade union representing over 600,000 workers as of 2024 in more than 200 industries, with most of its membership in the U.S. and Canada. It was founded in 1888 and is headquartered in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Altogether, it has donated $10,000, and once again, that's Machinist Aerospace Workers Union. Next, at number 4, we have the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. They are a labor union that represents approximately 887,000 workers and retirees in the electrical industry in the United States, Canada, Guam, Panama, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. In particular, electricians or inside wiremen in the construction industry and line workers and other employees of public utilities. The union also represents some workers in the computer, telecommunications, and broadcasting industries and other fields related to electrical work. It conducts apprenticeship programs for electricians, linemen, and VDV, voice data and video installers, who install low voltage wiring such as computer networks in conjunction with the National Electrical Contractors Association under the auspices of the National Joint Apprenticeship and Training Committee, which allows apprentices to earn while you learn. In Canadian jurisdictions, the IBEW does not deliver apprenticeship training, but does conduct supplemental training for government trained apprentices and journey persons, often at little or no cost to the members. It was founded in 1891 and is headquartered in Washington, D.C. Altogether, they have donated $10,000. And once again, that's the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. Finally, in fifth, we have the Laborers Union. And their full name is the Laborers International Union of North America, which is sometimes just stylized LIUNA, and is often shortened to just the Laborers Union, and is an American and Canadian labor union formed in 1903. As of 2017, they had about 500,000 members, with about 80,000 of whom are in Canada. The current general president is Brent Booker, who was appointed general president in 2023. There are 9 regions across North America, and the regions are fully divided into 500 local unions. One region in Toronto, Canada is Local 83, the largest construction local union in North America. It is headquartered in Washington, D.C. Altogether, it has donated $10,000, and once again, that's Laborers Union. Now, let's go ahead and look at the top 5 industry donors and contributors over the last election cycle. At the top, number 1, we have building trade unions, who altogether have donated $39,500. Next at number 2 is air transport unions, who altogether have donated $30,000. Next at number 3 is Democratic Liberal groups, who altogether have donated $28,848. Next at number 4 is cable distributors and service providers, who have donated $25,090. And in 5th is lobbyists and public relations, who altogether have donated $22,050. Now let's look at your donors at a glance and rank some of these groups. Cox Enterprises. Delta Airlines. Boo. Suck. Machinist Aerospace Workers Union. Great. Absolutely wonderful. International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. Great. Absolutely wonderful. Laborers Union. Great. Absolutely wonderful. Like I said, I'm always for supporting the workers. Industries. Building trade unions, great, absolutely wonderful. Air transport unions, great, absolutely wonderful. Democratic liberal groups, boo, suck. Cable distributors and service providers, no, you know what? We'll up it a little bit. We'll say, fine. Kind of put it in the middle there. Lobbyist and public relations, boo, suck. So yeah, he's got some great stuff, but he's got some bad stuff. Overall, I'm gonna say a mixed bag. Just right in the middle, mixed bag. Because he's got some really good stuff with the unions. But Delta, one of the big airline conglomerations, we'll say in the middle, leaning positive, because he's got Delta and then he's got lobbyists. So yeah, in the middle, leaning positive. That's what we'll list them as. But this has been a look at Representative Hank Johnson, who is the representative for the 4th District of Georgia. As always, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources, and it can't be tinfoil hat wearing sources or a bunch of anecdotes slapped together to try to make sources like my brother's doctor's niece's best friend's dog found the space alien next door. No, that's not a source. That's an anecdote. I'll be putting my list of sources in the description box below the video. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.